So lead walking or loose lead walking is one of the most requested things I get asked for help with. It is a difficult skill for the person as well as the dog, and it's going to take quite a long time, so several weeks to perfect and achieve. So the first thing is a bit of a definition. So my definition of loose lead walking is not heeling. I do not expect the dog to walk on one side all the time, the exact same pace, and do a traditional obedience heel. The point, in my opinion, of a walk is for your dog to sniff and explore the world. It is really, really important that you let your dog sniff. It's how they communicate with the world, and also it actually really tires them out as well. So you might take your dog for a run around and they're going to get tired, versus a slow sniffy walk. It's going to tire them out in a different way, and they're going to be really satisfied from it as well. So I've got a hound. You've probably seen videos of her or pictures of her. She is about 6 now, and I spent probably about 2 months or so training her to walk nicely on a lead. So I don't care if she's left, right, in front, behind, as long as she's not pulling me along and she's not getting in under my feet and tripping me up. So we might walk, she's on the left one way, she's on the right the way back, and she can be behind, she can be in front. I really don't mind. If we're crossing the road or we're having to move quickly past something, we do have a cue, which means walk quickly next to me. So let's go, and we walk quite quickly. But for the majority of the walk, if she stops to sniff, I'm going to stop and wait for her to have a sniff. That's the point of a walk. So a couple of bits of mechanics before we get started, and equipment. So I always walk dogs on a harness. My dog, as I mentioned, she's 6. She's perfectly in my, for what I need her to do, loose lead walk trained. I still walk her on a harness just in case she will suddenly stop to sniff something, just in case I do have to pull her away if need be. She's got a Ruffwear Frontline harness, so it goes in here, there's a clip here, there's a clip on her back. I walk her on the back one, I could walk her on the front one, it wouldn't matter too much to her. Lead, her lead is a little bit slightly longer than the average lead, which is about 1.2 meters, but I'm making sure that I'm not wrapping it around my arm, my hand when I walk. I have it in my hand, I have it secure, and I can pick up the slack with the other hand if needed. So I'm going to edit in a little picture so you can see what good lead mechanics look like. So we're going to have the lead on our right hand, the dog on our left hand side, and the treats coming out of our left hand. If you prefer it the other way around, you can have it the other way around. Essentially what we want to do is hold the lead the opposite side of the dog, so it makes a nice J or U shape across our body. The reason we do that is so we can feed the same side as the dog. If you do have a clicker, you're going to have the clicker in the same hand that has the lead. We don't want to be feeding across our body because we're going to fall over. The dog's going to predict the food is going to come, they're going to walk in front of us, and we'll fall down. I know this from experience. I've fallen over many times. So we're going to have the dog the same side as the treats. The other big one is the rate of reinforcement. So we're going to be about 50 times more generous than you want to. So a lot of people go, oh, no, I've given my dog enough treats. This is why I use my dog's food, their daily calorie allocation, to do training. So I can be super duper generous. And at the beginning, you're going to be treating like 1 step per treat. So you're going to be super generous. You're going to be feeding your dog out to one side with that same side hand, holding the lead here, and practice, practice, practice. So what we don't want is for us to do our training and do our perfect practice and then go, oh, training's up, let the dog take us for a walk. We're going to make sure that every time that dog's on a lead means that you do not get to go forward unless that lead has no tension in it. So there's a couple of different ways that we can I guess, deal with the fact if our dog does pull. The biggest one is do not move in that direction. Do not continue walking forward. What I usually do is try and predict when the lead's just about to go taut and change direction whilst, patting my knee, making a kissy noise to the dog, saying, this way, come on, woohoo. So the dog follows me, and then I can reward when they turn, mark when they turn, and reward when they catch up with me. So you're walking like this way, and then this way, then this way, then this way, then this way. We call it drunk walking. You're going to be walking in lots of different directions to basically try and get through in your dog's mind that when you pull, you don't keep going in that direction. When you've got no tension in the lead, absolutely go every single way you want.